battery and main battery are on. Then the beacon gets 2 on, so it's anti-collision, or wait, no. Yeah, this must be meant with beacon, I think. So it gets to red. You can see it up here. So now, or is the beacon anywhere else? I think this one, or isn't it? The beacon? Yes, it should be. So APU bleed air gets off and engine 2 is checked clear. So next step now would be to start the APU, and then we will go on with the before start checklist. So now I will show you how you can start the APU. So we go here into the overhead view, and first we press APU power on, and now it does a self-test. And then the next step is to press start to start the APU, and when it runs we will clearly see that the APU is available, and then we can directly disconnect the external power, because we then get current via the APU, and we will also hear the APU outside. So the APU is running, bleed air is off, and we now disconnect the external power. So external power is disconnected, and we also can cancel the external power. So, and now you do not hear the external power, but you hear the APU here at the back of the aircraft, and you can hear it very clearly. It's very loud. So now we get current via the APU, and now the next step is then the before start checklist. External power APU voltage is on and checked, circuit breakers are checked, escape hatch here at the top is closed, no steering is set to off. Flight guidance control panel is set, I think it's this one here. Then the next step is the fuel quantity. Yeah, as requested is on board. Hydraulic pressure is checked. Emergency brake is set to park, check. Condition levers are, oh, they are not at fuel off, so we put them to fuel off. I forgot it, as I set the aircraft at cold and dark state at the beginning. So emergency lights are armed. Fasten seatbelt switches are on, and the departure brief is completed. Now we go on with, yeah, starting the engines. So we start the engines by while the pushback is done. So we now request a pushback. You can also do this here in the FMS. So at first we want the aircraft to be pushed straight, and then we do a left turn, and then later on I will show you how where we taxi to our takeoff position. So we press straight now, and the pushback scenario is initiated.
We are ready now. Please release parking brake.
So now we should we are requested to release the brakes. So we release the brakes. So
parking brakes released.
Pulsing back now. You're clear to start the engine number 2.
So now we got the clearance to start engine number 1. So we will do this now. So in order to do this, we need to go up here into the overhead panel, set this ignition switch to on, not on, sorry, to normal, then select engine number 1 and press start, and the engine is started now. And I forgot, we also need to put the condition lever to start and feather. So we also need to keep an eye on the pushback to turn at the right moment. And when the pushback is finished, we then get the clearance to start engine number 2. So I would say in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 we can say, I don't know, is it right? I think it must be left. I don't know from which direction. Yeah, it's correct. To the left side, or maybe we should have done it a little bit earlier. But we could try to get it exactly on this position, but maybe it should be there. So let's end the, no, we can try to get it on the yellow line. So now we need to do the right. But I would say now we can anti-push back. So thank you. Engine number 1, as you can see, is stabilized perfectly. So parking brake is set.
Parking brake set. Can we get clearance at number 1?
It's always free and clear of nose gear. Clear to start the engine number 1.
So now we are. Thank you. Now we got the clearance on number 2. Oh, did he say we are clear to start? Oh, did I start the wrong engine? Oh, yeah. Now it's too late. We started engine number 1 already. So now we start number 2. Or did he say we are now allowed to start number 2 or number 1? So we did it in the wrong way. So first number 2 and then number 1. But yeah, no problem. Now both engines are running. Engine number 2 is now getting faster and faster and faster. And now we can go on with the after start flow of the captain. So the condition levers get to maximum power, maximum RPM. Then APU gets turned off because we don't need any current via the APU. The engines provide current for until they are turned off. So then the main burst tie gets to off. The ice protection we do not use now. At first when we cross 10,000 feet or something like this, I would say. Rudder travel is checked travel. Nose wheel steering gets on, so because we need to taxi here and need to be able to turn left and right here on the ground. And then radar gets to standby. So from test to standby, and we choose terrain, I would say. So, and then the MFD is set to nav. So where is the MFD? MFD. So this is the MFD, but where do I set it to nav? So this is. So yeah, let's skip this step, and now we can go on with the after start flow of the first officer. The transponder in TCAS is as required. I would say we can switch on the TCAS. We have to press here. No, that was wrong. Where is it? No. We have to press here longer. So now it is on altitude. Yeah, I did the wrong way. You need to press this button for a longer time until it says on altitude. So I need to turn down the speakers a little bit. It was very loud at my headphones here. So headset. So then the next step is to set the flaps for takeoff. It's flaps 5. Then auto feather is selected on. Then the next step is engine rating. Alright. Tank auxiliary pumps get both on and on. Standby PTU pumps now are turned on. We have them here. And hydraulic, free and elevators are checked. Bleed air is as required. The ice pressure is checked. Now we do the after start checklist and then we are able to taxi to our takeoff position. So external power APU is off. Main bus tie is off. Ice protection is not on. Rudder travel is full travel. Rudder accurated test is completed. No steering is on. Auto feather is selected. Engine rating is checked. Batteries are checked. Flaps are 5 set checked. Okay, we can look at here. Yeah, they are at 5. Auxiliary standby PDU pumps are on. Hydraulic pressure quantity is checked. Hydraulic free elevators are checked. Caution warning lights are checked. They need to go to white. The logo and wing lights turned on. Oh, yeah, that's right. Then ice protection test completed. Altimeters are set. Cross check, and now we can release the brake and start taxiing to our takeoff position. Finally we got it. Now it was a long way. Maybe the next time we will fly with this aircraft I will do some of these flows in front, so before I start the party, before I start recording, because it really takes a long time, as you see, to prepare this aircraft for departure. You have to do a lot, but yeah, we finally got it now and are able to taxi to the takeoff position. But I wanted to show you what you need to do in order to prepare this aircraft for departure, and as you can see, it's a lot you need to do. And we press pause. I don't know what's pause, it's in German. I don't know the English word for this. Oh no, this aircraft is come directly into our direction, and we let's change the position. So let's put it back at here. So because we need to taxi straight and not left, I did it wrong. So it's okay. So we taxi at here, straight ahead, and there at the back we can then do the lineup. There's another aircraft, and oh, there are 2 other aircrafts lining up at the moment at this runway. And yeah, now you saw the way we will taxi to our takeoff position, and I think there are also 2 other aircrafts coming in here at the airport to land on runway 27, where we want to depart from. So it will take a while until we then finally can take off here, but I hope it will not take us too long. So, oh no, we can't taxi directly, or can we? I don't know, because the yellow line does not show it, but I don't think it's needed because because it's a runway. So there's a blue aircraft of World Travel, and there's another small aircraft in front of it. There you can see it. Also a small blue aircraft. And here at the TCAS I can see 2 aircrafts coming in, but I can't see them anywhere there. So maybe we can depart, or maybe not. We will see. We will see. Oh, there's a vehicle coming directly in our direction. Oh no, it's turning left. Great. So then the next step is the before takeoff flow of the captain and then the first officer, and then the before takeoff checklist, and then we can depart. So we should not taxi too fast. So there's an aircraft coming in, a Cessna Skyhawk, but I think we can depart after this aircraft. So what about the other aircrafts? They are waiting at there, so maybe we need to wait until the second aircraft is also landed here at Amsterdam, because the aircraft there, because there's also one aircraft there in front of us which needs to take off before we can take off then. Oh no, it did line up, so maybe the Cessna, oh, it's too 3,000 feet high. So here we need to stop. So if the A321 will now does the takeoff, the Cessna does not need to go around. So we will see.